Welcome to my channel. Try to hear the latest story.
She fixed me with an icy stare and said, "I don't cook for you. I cook only for my children. You're a grown man. Handle your own food." I didn't argue. I didn't say a word. 6 weeks later, when the divorce papers landed in her hands, her scream of, "You're destroying our marriage over one dinner?" echoed through the house louder than any plate she ever set in front of me. I remember it was a Tuesday. Days blur together when you're just surviving the grind. I walked in around 7, bone-tired from work, dreaming of nothing more than kicking off my shoes and unwinding. The house was mine, bought and fully paid for long before I ever met Sarah. When we married 5 years ago and she moved in with her 2 kids, 16-year-old Jake and 14-year-old Emily, I genuinely believed it had become ours. The smell of roast chicken drifted through the air. For one brief second, my shoulders dropped. A home-cooked meal. Perfect. I stepped into the kitchen. Sarah was leaning against the counter, scrolling TikTok. The kids were at the table, plates loaded with chicken, mashed potatoes, and green beans, laughing at something on Jake's phone. Looked like a normal family night. I dropped my keys in the bowl. "Hey everyone. Smells amazing, babe." Sarah didn't even glance up. "Hey." The kids muttered a quick hi. I grabbed a plate from the cabinet and reached for the serving dish still on the stove. Plenty of food left, half a chicken, heaps of sides. Then Sarah spoke. Her voice wasn't loud. It was flat, dead. "There's none for you." I froze. "Sorry." She finally looked at me, face blank. "I didn't make enough for you. I cooked for me and my kids." I glanced at the platter again. "Easily enough for 2 more people. There's plenty here. I'll just take a smaller portion." "No," she cut in, eyes cold. "I don't cook for you, Mark. I only cook for my children. You're a grown man. Figure it out." Then she went right back to her phone. The kitchen went silent. The kids suddenly found their plates fascinating. The warm, cozy smell turned sour in my mouth. Figure it out. That I stood there holding an empty plate for a long moment. No explosion of anger. No dramatic fight. Just a quiet, metallic click inside my chest. Like the last tumbler in a lock sliding into place, I saw the scene clearly for the first time. My wife on her phone, her kids eating food bought with my money, at my table in my house. While I, the man who paid for every brick, every light bulb, every grocery run, every car insurance payment, was being told I wasn't part of the family I was bankrolling, that I was the ATM that lived upstairs, that I set the plate back in the cabinet without a sound. Pulled last. Night's leftover pizza from the fridge, microwaved a slice, and ate it standing up, scrolling my phone like nothing happened. Nobody spoke. When I was done, I rinsed the plate, loaded the dishwasher, and walked to my office. Closed the door. That was the exact second our marriage died. She just hadn't realized the corpse was already cooling. For the next month, I figured it out. No scenes. No begging for apologies. That ship had sailed the moment she drew the line between her family and me. I started grocery shopping for one. Bought a little Weber grill for the back deck. Every night I fired it up. Ribeyes, salmon, whatever I wanted, and ate outside with a beer and a book. I canceled the automatic transfer that dumped money into her household account every Friday, the one that mostly paid for her and the kids' clothes, Starbucks runs, and random Amazon hauls. Bills stayed paid, mortgage, utilities, Wi-Fi, but the extra river of cash dried up overnight. She noticed fast. A week in, she cornered me. "The grocery card got declined, and you didn't transfer money this week. What's going on?" I didn't look up from my laptop. "I'm figuring it out, just like you told me to. I buy my own food now, so I adjusted the budget." "Mark, this isn't funny." The kids need things. Your kids are welcome to anything I cook. And if you need groceries for the three of you, the joint checking account still works. That account had maybe $400 in it. She stared like I'd slapped her. She thought I was being petty. She had no idea I had simply accepted the new hierarchy she'd announced and was now living by it. While she fumed, I was busy elsewhere. I retained the best divorce attorney in the city. Laid everything out. The ironclad prenup that protected the house and my pre-marriage assets. 5 years of bank records proving I was the sole provider. And yes, the chicken incident. He actually smirked. That's one of the cleanest examples of marital estrangement I've ever heard. Papers were drawn. A process server delivered them on a Friday. While I grilled a New York strip on the deck, I heard the front door. Then her footsteps. Then the envelope ripping open. 30 seconds later, she burst onto the patio waving the papers like a white flag of war. What the hell is this? I flipped my steak. Petition for dissolution of marriage, Sarah. You're divorcing me? Over dinner? You're throwing away 5 years because I didn't make you a plate one night. I finally met her eyes. No, I'm ending it because you made it crystal clear I'm not your husband. I'm your landlord and your personal bank. You cook for your kids, not me? Fine. Now you can figure out how to feed, clothe, and house your kids without my money. Good luck. For the first time, real fear flickered across her face. She finally understood it was never about the chicken. Update 1 week after service, the house feels like a Cold War bunker. Sarah alternates between hysterical phone calls locked in her room and stomping around slamming cabinets. The kids have gone full ghost mode. Her mother Brenda rang me ready for combat. You're divorcing my daughter because she didn't plate you chicken. Have you lost your mind? Brenda, it's not about the chicken. It's about being told in my own home that I'm not part of the family I solely support. Tell Sarah my attorney's contact info is on the paperwork. We're done talking directly. Next tactic. Weaponizing the kids. Sarah sat me down, eyes red, voice syrupy. Think of Jake and Emily. You're ripping them out of their home over your pride. I've thought about them plenty. This house is my separate property. Prenup, paragraph 4. Their next home will depend on whatever you can provide. That's on you now. She went pale. She truly never believed the prenup would matter. Her lawyer fired off the first salvo, demanding the house, lifetime alimony, and my personal favorite, child support for kids who aren't mine. My attorney laughed so hard he had to put the phone on mute. We responded with a polite reminder that the house is mine. B. Alimony will be short-term and modest, and C. No judge on earth is making me pay child support for non-biological children whose father is still breathing. 2 nights ago, she tried the grand gesture. Made my favorite lasagna, set the table for 4, greeted me at the door with a soft, I made dinner for all of us. I smelled the desperation from the driveway. Thank you, I said, walking straight past. I've got plans. Grabbed my keys and ate a burger at the pub instead. The look on her face was worth more than the cow that lasagna came from. She's not sorry she hurt me. She's sorry the gravy train derailed. Update 2 1 month post-service basically polite strangers sharing Wi-Fi. All communication goes through attorneys now. Her demand everything strategy crashed into the prenup like a bird into a clean window. Child support claim got laughed out of the preliminary hearing. Judge actually said, nice try, counsel. On the record. She pivoted to dirty tricks. Started running up the old joint credit card, spa days, designer bags, girls' night dinners. I froze the card, reported it stolen, and had every post-separation charge assigned solely to her. Then came the nuclear option. Emergency motion alleging emotional abuse and requesting I be removed from my own house. Claimed my silent treatment and financial control made her fear for her safety. Court yesterday. She cried on the stand like an academy contender. My lawyer calmly asked her to repeat, word for word, what she said the night of the chicken. The judge made her say it out loud. I told him I don't cook for him, only my kids, and he's a grown man who can figure it out. My lawyer. So the man who pays every bill in this house quietly started cooking for himself, and now you're afraid of him? Motion denied on the spot. Judge warned her attorney that another stunt like that would earn sanctions. She looked like someone had pulled the plug on her entire performance. Final update: 6 months later, divorce is final. She accepted the original fair offer once her attorney realized the judge was done with games. Modest assets split, 12 months of transitional alimony. Nothing more. She and the kids moved out last weekend. The silence after that door closed for the last time was the sweetest sound I've ever heard. Word is reality hit hard and fast. Settlement money disappears quick when you're suddenly paying full rent, utilities, and groceries with no safety net. She's in a small 2-bedroom across town and working full-time as a dental receptionist. First real job in over 10 years. Apparently she hates it. Jake actually called me a couple weeks ago about college questions. At the end he said, "Mom keeps saying you ruined everything. But that night with the dinner, we heard what she said. It wasn't cool. You didn't ruin anything. She did." That one sentence healed more than any settlement check ever could. My house is mine again. Grill's always hot. Beer's always cold. Friends come over. Life is quiet, simple, and peaceful. The cost was high: money, stress, 5 lost years, but I got my self-respect back, and no price tag comes close to that. She thought telling me to figure it out would put me in my place. Turns out it just showed me the exit, so I figured it out. I figured out how to protect what's mine. I figured out how to walk away clean. And now she's the one figuring it out. Rent, bills, alarm clocks, exhaustion. Her final scream of "You're ending this over dinner?" proved she never understood what she actually lost. She didn't lose a husband that night. She lost the lifestyle she thought she was entitled to keep forever, while treating the man who provided it like an outsider. I eat steak on my deck every night now, and it tastes like freedom. Thanks for listening.